Pickles. And I'm like a freshman. I'm like 18. I don't know left from right, up from down. Like, and everyone's looking around like, what the fuck? Like,
what's going on?
He's pointing at me like, Pickles, Pickles, Pickles. And I'm like, yes, coach. Like, what do you want? He's like, you're Pickles from now on.
Oh.
And we're back.
Oh my God. I had to take a little stint out of this place and I was really sad. And I missed you all so much last week. And I just really missed the quality of this microphone.
So we are Eat the Damn Cake.
Yeah.
Maddie just went off right away.
I missed it.
I'm Carly.
And I'm Maddie.
And we are back for another episode 15.
Isn't
How did we get here?
Crazy.
I can't believe it.
Remember our first episode? Look how far we've come.
Very, very fun.
I don't know if we've gotten any better.
No one go back and listen. No, I'm just kidding. We've definitely gotten better.
But
so what happened this past week? What's going on?
So a very tragic thing happened this past week. So after we recorded, I was on Zoom last week. It was great. It was amazing. Had some fun. My back was hurting. If all of you have listened to our previous episodes, you know I struggle with my back because I'm elderly. And I literally pulled the shit out of my back and called my mother while she was at work sobbing.
Meanwhile, our father's in the house. Our father
is downstairs. Roger is literally in the office on a call. And I'm like, I think I'm dying, Colleen. Like, I literally think I'm dying. I can't move. I'm on the floor.
And she called me next.
I was like, Duke keeps trying to bite me because he thinks I'm playing, but I'm actually crying and I'm in pain. So I was literally out of work for like 4 days because I couldn't move. We're walking again, everybody. We're moving. We're working. We're fine.
Yes, she made it.
Thank you, everyone. But it was a time.
She made it in time to make me some homemade ricotta this past Saturday.
I'm a chef. We knew this, though.
As you know, cooking with Kaka, I am a phenomenal chef. So Maddie learned all of her tips from me.
Yeah, Carly has taught me a lot.
But really. No, I'm just kidding. Maddie was there whipping up homemade cheese, and I can't even find the aisle that ricotta's on in the grocery store.
Correct.
So that's the difference in us.
That's okay.
Other than that,
nothing's really happening. We're in a global pandemic still, so just staying inside.
Chugging along.
Just chugging along.
We have a very, very special guest this week.
It's just making me excited.
Our first male.
First male guest. I mean, we've only had one guest before, so it was 50-50. But please welcome
Pickles!
Yo, what's good, everybody? Ladies.
If you know Pickles, you know he is a Boston Berries instructor, a very talented one at that, and probably your biggest hype man cheerleader out there.
He is just the best.
I'm just out here to gas people up.
Yes, he's your local hype man.
We love and appreciate that. We are here for it. I feel like you are the male version of me. Like, I'm the girl cheerleader, you're the male cheerleader.
And then I'm just here.
Thanks for joining us, Maddie.
Yeah, you're welcome. This is how I always feel when we have guests. I'm on the opposite side of the table. I feel like I'm the one being interviewed. So hello, everyone. Welcome.
Trying to figure out seating on like a date.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. But if you have never taken any Pickles classes, his real name is Dan. So if you want to refer to him as Dan, you're allowed to. We don't.
Yeah, we just have always known him as Pickles.
We just call him Pickles. But, he is very prominent in the Boston fitness industry. He is just like a badass coach, but he also does personal training, and he's also now a real estate agent, which is really cool. So he's just
just trying new things.
Triple threat.
I know. That was your quarantine project, right?
That was my quarantine project, making wine and
I love it.
That's something I can get behind.
Yeah, I know. That's awesome.
My quarantine.
You need to come on Cooking with Kaka.
Oh,
I'll bring the wine.
Bring your wine.
Bring your homemade wine. I'll make some noodles.
You got
Romance.
a license to sell things, and I literally watched like Handmaid's Tale in 2 days, and that's like a 5-season 10 episodes each. Each of us are different. It's fine.
Everyone uses their time wisely in different ways.
I was slightly in denial about being in my house for that long, so I just decided to binge every Netflix show, and Dan was like, okay, I'm gonna make some more money and get something that might be usable in my future. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna burn my retinas. on my TV. It's fine.
To each their own, as they say.
Yeah, right. It's fine.
So we have a couple quick questions.
Like Spitfire, like
one word
like
answers.
first thing that comes
Sam,
to
it's
your
time to be
brain.
tagged in.
No,
Literally.
I'm kidding.
It is you versus us.
You versus the Byron sisters.
This is my first threesome, by the way.
Yeah. I love it.
Welcome.
Maybe.
Welcome. Menage a trois. All right. What is your full name?
Daniel Thomas Distefano.
Ooh, Thomas.
Thomas. Okay. How old are you?
28.
Okay.
When is your birthday?
December 16th, 1992. Sagittarius season, baby.
I was just about
we were
to say,
what is your
what's your
sign?
sign?
Season.
What do you identify with your sign? Have you looked deeper into what a
Do
Sagittarius
you
is?
have the CoStar app?
Can I phone a friend? Like, I don't know. I haven't dug into it.
Okay, so project homework for you. Download the CoStar app.
Okay.
You need to know, what time were you born?
Mom, you there?
Okay,
so many questions.
you're gonna have to find that out.
No, I'm kidding. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, and then get back to us on if you really resonate with a Sagittarius.
Isn't it like high energy, social, super loyal? Like,
Yeah.
that's
So
me
you
in a
resonate
nutshell.
with it. Okay, that's
100%.
perfect.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
great.
you're as loyal. So, I mean, this is for the listeners. You have a dog. What kind of dog?
She's a Norwegian Elkhound.
She's
And what's her name?
adorable.
She is the star of my social media.
is.
Her name is Shay.
Shea Butter Distefano.
She's adorable.
No,
Butter.
she is the sweetest. And let me just say, her and Duke are BFFs.
They are.
Let's go into a little bit deeper now. So
All right.
We're gonna dig deep, and if
those were surface questions that people just wanted
Just-
to know.
Yeah.
the people I needed to
Time
know
to-
your sign, because I know, like, I really deeply get into Carly's sign. She is a Gemini. I don't know what you know about Geminis.
Undateable.
Yeah. Oh, wow. How did you know?
Have you dated one?
I'm kidding. No.
And for those of the people that have dated Geminis now. I've
Yeah,
never
they know.
dated one. I've just had to live with one for 23 years,
Yeah.
and I would say that's a little harder, but that's okay. Let's get into the nitty gritty, though. The
right.
things that everyone really wants to know.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Where did the name Pickles come from?
I've
Wow.
wanted to know this since we met you, and I've never asked.
I feel bad. There's no like crazy story. So I played college lacrosse at the University of Vermont.
Right.
And one day my coach is just screaming, Pickles, Pickles. And I'm like a freshman. I'm like 18. I don't know left from right, up from down. Like, and everyone's looking around like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, what's
he's
going on?
He's pointing at me like, Pickles, Pickles, Pickles. And I'm like, yes, coach. Like, what do you want? He's like, you're Pickles from now on.
Oh.
I was like, okay.
Okay.
Like,
All
that'll
right.
stick.
And there was no like reasoning behind
There's
it.
no reason.
no rhyme or
Really?
reason.
Which
You're
I
just
don't.
Pickles.
I don't get it. So like I feel bad. Like I'm always like, oh, like sometimes if I want to make it a little more exciting, I'm like, oh, we were ripping pickleback shots at the bar. and I threw up.
you know,
like,
it's crazy.
you know,
I
whatever
bought
it
the
is.
whole bar pickleback shots, and that's why I'm Pickles now. like you should stick to that story.
Back in
honestly.
the day when college bar shots were
Yeah.
like, $2, and now they're
Yeah.
like $9.
Yeah,
No, literally
exactly.
$9.
But then it stuck with
OTT.
social media. I mean, as I met more people, everyone, we follow each other on social media. It's like
Right.
the millennial way, and now
That's
everyone's
amazing.
like Pickles, like.
I love it.
so
it.
it's cool, yeah.
It's like I think it really like it adds to your personality. Like
Yeah.
everyone, like people know you as Pickles, and when I remember when you first came to Boston, which we'll get into a second.
We will get into that.
We will get into that. Everyone was like, this new guy on the block, Pickles,
And
I'm
we're all like,
who the hell is Pickles?
We're like, Pickles, a fitness instructor? Like, what
Yeah.
does Pickles have to do with
I'm
anything?
gonna be honest, I hate Pickles.
Okay, whoa.
I hate them too.
You
Like,
guys?
it's totally like, don't touch them, don't put them near
Don't
me.
smell them,
Maddie, you're
yeah.
gonna get flies in there.
I'm offended by all of you. I am the person that went viral for making fried pickles on TikTok because, I'm hip and trendy, but whatever. You guys, it's fine. I'll just eat enough pickles for the three of us.
Yes, perfect. So now we know you played college lacrosse, which me and Maddie
Yep.
knew.
We
but
already knew that.
Everybody knows now.
Yeah.
So how did you get into the fitness industry after college? What did you study in college?
It was totally by accident.
Really?
So it's like, you play college athletics, you spend your whole life, like
Full-time
strength
job.
training, full-time,
Oh, yeah.
lacrosse, lifting. I started lifting at like 14.
Holy
And then it was
crap.
senior year of college, and our season just ended. And I was with this girl at the time, and she was like, yo, let's go to spin class. And I'm like, fuck no. Like, really, like, hell no.
If you know.
class.
And she brings me there. Shout out Amanda.
Shout out.
She
Shout out,
literally-
queen.
Amanda's the reason I am where I am today.
Oh.
She's like, let's go to spin class.
Have you
I'm like,
sent her
no.
flowers?
100%.
Oh.
You did?
Like anytime I see her, she lives in Boston. Like I'm like, yo, you are the reason this
is like, because you picked up speed. You were in New York, right?
I was in Syracuse, New York. Yeah.
Syracuse, not New York City.
Not New York,
upstate, East
Upstate farm country. God's country. God's country. Excuse me. But no, she's like, let's go to a spin class. And I'm like, heck no. And we were super hungover. I mean, it was senior week.
Yeah. No.
And I go and I sit in a bike. And the instructor, Kara, she's playing like Jay-Z, Kanye West, and I was like, I can get down.
Yeah. You're like, I like this.
Yeah, and this is like 2015, like end of 2015.
That was like before spin was
excuse me, like
crazy popular.
Studio-based fitness isn't a thing. Like, let's go ride bikes that go nowhere in a dark room while an instructor tells us to live our best lives.
You're like, okay.
And I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. And I was so hooked, but I was also so over athletics, like,
feel that.
Playing lacrosse since 5th grade, lifting, working out every day, like super structured. It was time to blow off some steam. And then I moved home and like I didn't work out. Believe it or not, I didn't work out for like 3 months. I like told myself I was never gonna run a mile again.
Literally.
Look at you now.
Like literally.
You're like literally lifting 1,000 pounds a day. I'm like, okay, bye.
Literally addicted to the sweat. But no, so then when I went home, this is late 2015, one of my buddies owned a gym and this is how I met one of my mentors.
Amazing.
And he was like, what do you think about like teaching spin class? And at that point, I've taken a couple classes, and I was like, like I don't know if it's for me. Like, believe it or not, I never used to wear spandex. Like,
really, this wasn't my thing.
Like, I was still taking my shirt off because I was playing college lacrosse, but that was always a thing.
Still shirtless, but not sure about the spandex, the leggings. Not sure.
Yeah. And he was like, why don't you try teaching? And I studied neuroscience in college. I was in a master's of biochemistry.
Okay.
Oh, wow. So we got a smarty pants on our
casual neuroscience major, and I like.
He's like, I was going to choose a brain surgeon path, but then, Barry's really just
came into my life, and I was like, okay.
Well, I thought, my whole family was in medicine, so I was like, what else do I know? Like, give it a try,
I mean, that's amazing that you got a degree in that. Barely could really
all
swim in that class.
Sit there and collect dust right now. But no, then I started teaching, and it was like 5 a.m., 6 a.m., so I was like studying in the middle of the day with my master's and teaching in the morning. And then I was so fed up with my master's, and I loved spin class. And granted, like, I'll put this into comparison. When you're teaching in Syracuse, you make like $15 an hour. Like,
so it's not
super
lucrative.
Small town compared to big city.
Totally.
Exactly. And then one day, once the first semester of my master's ended, I just made it up in my head I wasn't going back.
Love that energy. And I really love that energy.
I told everyone except my
Table.
parents.
Oh, you didn't tell them.
That is the tea right there.
Spill the tea, Pickles.
So my parents have always been super supportive, and they called to pay my bill for the registrar. And they say, hey, we're Dan's parents. We're going to pay his biochemistry bill for his second semester. So we're going into early 2016. And they're like, Dan who? And the registrar is like, Dan Distefano. And they're like, there's no Dan Distefano enrolled in classes.
Yikes! Oh God, that's the tea. And that's how they found out.
And they found out. My dad calls me. He's like, you motherfucker. Like, but I just want to say he was mad that like I didn't tell them, right? Because I kind of thought like, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
But how proud now are they seeing what you're doing?
They're really proud. Yeah.
Like, over the moon. Happy for
I've been
you.
lucky. They've just like, it's been a really nice mindset where they're like, two things, whatever you do, we want you to be happy with what you're doing. Like, you have to do it for 30, 40, 50 years probably. And they're like, second thing is just work hard at it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, whatever you do, work hard. They're like, if you're going to make glass, blow glass, like, go be a hardworking glass blower. For the pot plants, like, work hard at it,
Yeah, I love that.
That's such a good outlook for parents to have, because I feel like
some parents can be so overbearing and be like, you have to be a neurosurgeon. And you're like, I don't want to be now.
And I feel like
kicking everything.
Yeah, you are. It's okay. But I feel like support from anyone, and if it's not your parents, that's okay. But if you have a support system, you're so much more likely to succeed because people believe in you. You need people to believe in you to succeed. And you're obviously crushing it.
Exactly.
So it's fine.
Or exactly to the support, not to the exactly to crushing it.
Oh, you
super
didn't disappoint.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, I'm doing a great job.
Yeah, you're like, no, I am crushing it. Thanks, Maddie, for acknowledging that. I really do agree.
Okay, we can end this podcast now.
So how did you decide to make the jump from Syracuse to Boston?
I remember you telling us one time, actually.
Yeah,
when we
it's
walked
really
Shay
cool.
and Duke together.
Oh, we had so much fun in Callahan State Park.
Callahan, shout out.
Like, I'm at the, and we just happened to run into each other, right? Like, I didn't tell that story.
That was so nice.
But it was cool. I mean, so I kind of didn't know what I was doing. I was teaching like a couple classes a week, just getting started. And I had one of my best friends, super awesome mentor, Eric Hinman.
Nice.
He comes up on my story every now and then, but he owned the gym.
Oh.
And all I had was time, and like we never like formally did like a mentorship, but he was like, yo, come work out with me. And I was like, okay.
Cool.
And it'd be like Sunday morning when I'm like super hungover.
You're like, perfect.
And I'd be like, dude, I'm about to throw up. And he'd be like, that's awesome. You know what I mean? Like, go grab the garbage pail, keep working.
Like, keep working out. Bye.
So we started working out. We were hanging out like 4 hours a day, 5 hours a day. And that kind of grew into like a friendship and a mentorship, in the sense that like I was with him all the time. So I was just kind of like learning through osmosis, right?
Right.
Yeah.
He picked up photography. I was like, oh, like I looked up to him. I was like, I'm going to pick up photography. You know what I mean?
Great.
Like I watched how he did like business and stuff, and I respected his lifestyle.
The marketing part of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's huge.
And so he wanted to go down to New York City. This one, like Swerve Fitness was new. Barry's was still like a little new-ish.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like on the mainstream as it is now.
No, it's so mean now.
And he took me down to Barry's, and I was like, what is this place?
I
Like
need
red
this.
lights, like everybody's naked running around.
Yeah.
Like,
Literally no
I was
clothes.
so confused, but I was like, this is sick, right?
Yeah,
And
I wear
was
the
like,
tiniest little shorts there and sports bra.
Well, it's so hot in that room.
yeah.
But it's awesome. It's so fun.
Oh, it's the best. I mean, I'm lucky to be with such a great company.
Oh my God, they're the best. So you got into Barry's in New York City.
Yeah, so this is like this is still late 2016.
Okay.
Oh, really?
So I'm like 22, 23, trying to figure it out.
Baby Pickles.
Baby Pickles.
Little baby, little
Reckless.
baby Pickles.
Reckless Baby Pickles.
And-
Cornichon.
And from there, like I went down and we started meeting.
You know what a cornichon is? It's a little baby.
You gotta put your hands down.
I'm so funny.
Does the video come with the audio? Because people are gonna start getting images they don't need.
A little baby pickle. Sorry. Anyways, this is me and my ADD. Welcome. Anyways, Carly can't get over it. Sorry.
People have images in their head right now.
I
that
know,
They don't
there's
need.
just, like,
It's,
so many
What is it?
things.
1 p.m. on a Wednesday.
Now I'm thinking about charcuterie, and now I'm distracted.
Ooh, we can definitely talk about charcuterie later.
Okay.
I
Charcuterie.
love charcuterie.
I am, me too. But so you were
Say
in
it 5 times fast.
Oh, I can't.
Charcuterie.
What the?
What are you
charcuterie?
saying?
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
Char.
Perfect. It's delicious.
Close enough.
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
You guys.
With a cornichon. With pickle.
Anyways,
Sorry.
So-
let him finish.
Oh my God.
So anyway, so we go down. We were training super competitively for like CrossFit for fun, like just lifting like
That's so
2
fun.
to 3 hours a day.
That
just
sounds like my kind of
boys
fun.
being boys. You know what I mean? It's like that meme where
Guys
it's
being
like
dudes.
it's like literally when it's like the girlfriend when the guy's not responding and she's like, oh, he's cheating on me, but it's literally like boys taking shirtless photos of each other like, and putting them on social media. Like,
Yeah.
yo.
What's up?
He's probably thinking about other girls.
Yeah, no.
Nope. Just
not
hanging
at
out
all.
with my boys shirtless. Don't mind
Just
me.
the boys. So he took me down to New York, and this is my first time, and I was like, what is, like, it's sick. Like, the class was bumping. I went
Right.
to, like, Swerve Fitness, Flywheel,
Amazing.
Love that.
Barry's, this place called Tone House.
I've
Oh,
heard
yeah.
of that.
I've
And Tone
heard of
House
Tone
is super
House.
competitive,
Yeah.
and, like, it's really cool because I could kind of see what our goal was, right? Like, what
Yeah.
it was. The industry was still super new. But we kind of stood out, too, because we were, like, we're both very outgoing, but
Yeah. Big
also, too,
boys.
we were, like,
Big boys on campus.
thick with 3 C's. But no, also too, like we were both competitive. Like Eric was an ex Ironman. Like he's
holy.
very athletic, and I had a good sport, like a fundamental sports background.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was strong to begin with. I was thick. I was like 180.
But like,
Oh my gosh.
but also you show up to these classes and you're throwing around heavy weights
Like
and people are
massive-
like,
And you just
where they come from? I
you
don't
just
know.
respect hard work, right?
Yeah,
like every
exactly.
instructor notices someone working hard. Like,
Oh,
Apps,
for sure.
balls to the wall. Love
They
those
also
people.
notice when you're not.
Yeah.
yeah, and they notice when you're
I've
not.
been there before. I might be an instructor, but when I go to other instructors' classes, they're like, "So,
Bump it up.
what you doing?"
Remember Derek used to come over and turn your treadmill
Yeah.
up?
Yeah, no, Derek would do that to me all the time. I'd be like, "I'm gonna throw up."
That's how you know you made it as a client if your instructor comes over and bumps up your treadmill.
100%.
Granted, we can't do that in COVID, so like,
No,
Yeah.
it's sad.
no more butt slaps.
Oh,
Yeah.
no more anything really. It's just like a slight wave, and you're like, "Hi, bye, see ya."
It's like, are you making eye contact with me or the person behind me?
Like I can't
I
tell
know.
because I can't see your
Are you
face.
smiling? Do you like
are
me?
you
Do
you
hate
crying?
me?
you gotta
I
eye
don't-
smile, guys, girls, dogs
Everyone
out there.
eye
Learn to
smile.
eye smile.
Dogs.
like literally.
Just squeeze your cheeks as much as you can. Get those crow's feet great showing.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
it.
Fight the Botox.
Fight the Botox.
The Brotox.
But so anyway, so we kind of stuck out and we started meeting a bunch of people, started meeting a bunch of brands. And we kept going down more and more. And I would say kind of when my first like kind of be going from like a client to more like a friend was we went down there for a Lululemon sweat.
Ooh, Lulu.
And it was just us, and we kept going to the same studios. And of course, now we're all friends on social media, so it's really easy to connect with people. And like social media kind of makes it like not awkward, right? Like you kind of get to know people.
Yeah.
Like,
Before you actually meet
before
them.
you know them,
So
like
nice.
people walk up to me, they're like, "Yo, Dan, like how's your dog?" And I'm like, "I don't know your name."
You're like, who
You know
are
what I
you?
mean? Like, at least introduce yourself first.
But Shay is amazing.
Shay is the best.
She's great. Thank you for asking.
So anyway, then I mean, we started taking trips down like 6-7 times a year. Like spending
To Boston?
New York. We're still going down New York
to
City.
the city. Okay.
And it's just like networking, meeting people, meeting brands, sweating.
Showing
that.
that you can like do everything.
And I had friends down there too, so I'd go out some nights. But
Yeah,
like
fun.
I remember the first night I go
Tickle my
down there.
pickle.
Nice.
Tickle my
COVID
pickle.
fist bump.
Yeah, there it is. Perfect.
But no, it's funny. The first time I go down there, I was like, oh, like I'm used to New York City where you go brunch and get absolutely blasted and you're hungover the whole time.
Yeah.
And I have my bag with like a collared shirt in and like a bottle of vodka. And Eric's like, what are you doing with that? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you will not want to go out after we do this workout.
You were like,
Really?
And I was smashed. Like
Really?
literally like from the workout. And I was like, you're right. I don't want to go out. I want to go to bed at like 8 p.m.
Yep.
Oh my God. Which
And-
one was that?
Tone House.
welcome to adulthood,
Yeah.
my
And
friend.
well, for this now, to put it in perspective, I'm probably 23 and Eric's like 33.
Got
34,
it. Okay.
so he's
So
like,
he's like patting you on the back.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
just wait, young
I'm like,
one.
dude, I'm trying to figure it out. So no, fast forward. Anyway, we'll bring it back up to Boston. I was doing tons of networking out in New York City. I started looking at Boston probably late 2018
Good choice.
because I ran. Good time. Good choice.
Good choice.
Because I ran the half marathon up here with my friend Rachel.
Oh yeah.
But
me
also,
too.
too, I was seeing someone and she moved back to Maine. And on the tail end of our relationship, I was looking to move and like, I was
Yeah.
up there Boston and New York City to try to like make it in the fitness scene.
Right.
But I met like Jessie Allegria, like she's fucking
Love her.
awesome. Love
Best.
her. I met
Love
Kelly
her.
Whitaker.
Another
Awesome.
amazing
So
human.
now, so now we're 2018. Like I kind of have a sizable following. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not like the random guy anymore. So
No.
I DM Kelly Whitaker. I'm like, yo, I'm coming to class. Like I teach in Syracuse. I need Rick Ross in class. Like dead presidents.
Yeah.
And saying this to Kelly Whitaker, you're like, she loved it.
100%.
Yeah.
And we literally connected in a second. And then Dustin and Brian,
Yep.
our franchise owners, are from Syracuse.
Oh.
So they had a ton of mutual friends. But
Great.
Kelly introed me to them. And I just told them at the end of 2018, I was like, hey, if you ever have an opportunity, like call me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like literally or slide into my DMs is what
Like,
Dustin
please.
did. Yeah.
Slide on in.
Like anyway.
Get in there.
And then January rolls around to 2019 and Dustin's like, yo, what are you doing? I was like, petting my dog. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, yo, you up?
You up?
And he was like, let's hop on a call. And he asked me if I wanted to move. And I was like, done. Deal.
Love
Packed up the
it.
U-Haul.
Amazing.
Let
Oh,
it- and so, yeah, late 2019 or early 2019, March now.
I was going to say, wasn't it
Packed up-
March?
Yeah, it was March.
I don't know why
Yeah.
I randomly know.
March.
Good.
You
It was
mind?
March, right?
But so I just pack up my shit, I leave, and it was like wild. I went for those 4 years leading up to Boston, like I was doing like 90-hour weeks. Like I was teaching like 30 classes, 20 hours of personal training.
Oh my gosh.
I was with this HIIT style gym. I was teaching spin.
Holy crap.
I was at Orange Theory as well.
Wow.
And then of course I have the printing company and the marketing stuff.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's just like there's long weeks and like I didn't see an end to it.
No.
And then it was crazy. Like I moved there on a Sunday. It was like the 13th or the 14th
Of March?
of March. Yeah.
Oh my God. That's so weird. March 14th is my birthday.
Whoa. It was crazy. My ears were ringing, or it might have been the cop lights behind the U-Haul.
To bring it back to me. No, I'm just kidding.
Maddie's like, too much focus on pickles. We need to talk
But
about me.
that's Pi Day, my birthday.
Every
Anyways.
3 minutes, the timer will go off and be like, Maddie, you're pretty.
Thank you.
yeah,
I need
gas
that
you up,
reassurance.
gas you up.
Thank you, everyone. So you moved.
So I moved,
Then-
and it was crazy. I went from working, like I taught Sunday morning, then I left. Like I just packed up, like rolled right
Peace.
into it. And Monday, like I have no classes. Like I don't know Barry's format. I've only taken like 3 Barry's classes
Yeah.
before that. And I wake up on Monday morning and I have the most anxiety because I have nothing to do.
You're like,
Right.
Like
You're
I'm
like,
the
oh
new,
my God, I'm
the
going
new
insane.
guy. in a new city. I don't know anybody. I have my dog, like, and now I have nothing to do.
Right.
And I was like, and I just never had so much anxiety before because like I'm used to like going.
Well,
like,
right.
You know,
You
like
don't
being
stop.
in fitness.
Yeah.
Well, you also currently pack your schedule to a point where
Pickles
you
is
don't
so
stop.
funny
Yeah.
because he's like, why do one thing when you can do 40?
Yeah, I
And
know.
I don't know. I don't really understand. Like,
All I
why
have
do
is time.
one when you can just have 7 jobs?
But that's a great outlook because
No,
you're
it
like,
is.
it's not like you only live once. It's like, no, you only die once and you take each day to the absolute max.
you only die.
You only die once. Shut
All
up.
right.
But no, I mean, I think the biggest thing with that is like, I would prefer, you know, I came from a place where like personally there was a point where I was sitting on my bed and I like, no, I had nothing. Like,
Right.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean, not like nothing. Like my parents have always been super supportive. I could have called them in a second, but it was a
Right.
combination of like me really wanting to like do it myself. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big myself, and then it's just like your bank account is like $20 in it, and you don't know where the next like paycheck's coming because like
Yeah.
Totally.
classes get canceled, so you don't get paid, or personal training clients
It's
cancel,
stressful.
Scary.
or orders get canceled for the printing company, and
And
you're
you're
just
like,
like,
shoot.
and there was a point like in 2017 where I was just like, I sat there and I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, do I go get a day job and have that stability, or do you like grind it out?
Yeah. Normalize not knowing what the hell you want to do
Yeah.
in your 20s. Just like
Yeah.
even
Do you
20s,
still feel-
30s, 40s.
Do you now feel like you like found your groove and like you're happy where you're at?
or you,
100%.
Good.
I think it took. I mean, I think it took until like probably 2 months ago.
That's
like
so
over everything,
awesome.
like the move to Boston, like figuring out life, like meeting tons of people, like
Yeah.
seeing what's out there in the world, just
Yeah.
like living life. You know, a lot of the stuff I learn and experience is through like other people. Like
Totally.
it's not sitting in my apartment and like petting my dog.
right.
Yeah.
You're
Even though I
like,
love doing that.
I
well, we
know.
all love doing
Yeah.
that. But,
Maddie had a question for you.
oh, yes.
Go ahead.
This is, this was my idea, just so you know.
I give you all the credit.
3
Maddie,
minutes, you're cute.
Thanks. All right, perfect. Great.
Maddie
That's all I
came up
needed.
with this question all on her own, everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, super creative. Watch out. So we just talk about like body positivity and body neutrality in the fitness industry and how we feel like it's very different right now. Some like fitness instructors stress, you know, losing weight or being a certain size or looking a certain way. Do you feel like as a male in the fitness industry, you're held to a standard where, you know, you're not taken as seriously if you're super fit and ripped? Because that's what we've been saying about like women in the fitness industry as well. If you're not like have a 6-pack and like can lift wicked heavy, some people are like, oh, well, they're not that good. So I don't know. How do you feel about that question?
You want to talk about my feelings?
Yes.
Let's dive in.
I want to dive
Oh,
in
man, there's
to your
gonna
little
be
deep,
tears.
deep heart.
No, I mean, I think it's hard. I think it's like you literally have, you know, hot people posting inspirational quotes. Like it kind of seems backwards and talking about like coming up, right? And
Yep.
it's hard because like you want to look up to the person that's mentoring you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like everybody's going through something different, and especially like women's bodies. Like
Yep.
there's so much going on at all times. Like
Always.
literally
In our
depending-
heads.
And in your head. yeah.
Not just our bodies.
Just everything.
But I mean, literally, like, even through, like, with birth control and hormones you guys
Yep.
take or don't take, and, like, the way the female anatomy works, like, and I'm saying it's just because I think it's more prevalent in, like, females than,
Yes.
like, males. And
Totally
if
is.
I'm wrong. That's okay.
No,
You're
But
right.
I mean, like, it's hard because you want to, the people you meet and the people you look up to, you want to, like, have those goals, and they kind of set the bar high.
Yeah.
But I mean, as a fitness instructor, I think the biggest thing at the end of the day is like people know you're personable. Like people will follow you. Like they might meet you, follow you, take your class because you have a good reputation or because they think you're hot, you know, whether it's a guy
like,
or a girl.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But I mean, how to like really adhere to like any goal you have is you want to look up to the people, and like most of the time it's more like emotional than like physical.
What
you
it?
know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So you don't feel like you have to like keep a ripped 6-pack for people to keep taking your classes?
No, I don't.
That's and that's what
yeah.
we like stress. Like I feel like that's so important. And I feel like you
just
have such a
solidified
great
that, yeah.
personality. Your programming is awesome. Like you're a great coach. So, you know, we just want to continue to like amplify that
Yeah.
towards people in fitness, in the fitness industry as well. Because just because we always say, just because someone doesn't have a 6-pack doesn't mean they're fucking strong. Like just
Exactly.
because certain,
100%.
right? Like a certain build, like you just don't know. And like, what if, like you said, they're going through shit?
I
Like,
mean, it's been so prevalent on social media. Like, you realize everyone's promoting this weight loss plan or that weight loss plan.
Correct.
And, like, The problem is like 1 month isn't going to do it. Like change is hard. Like when I came out of college, I was 180. Like I was thick. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like, but all I wanted to do.
Yeah. I've been
3
there.
C's.
With maybe 4, honestly. I don't know.
But I mean, it's like that was my goal to like lift heavy, and the more mass you have, the more you can lift.
Yep.
And to get to this body that you all see, it probably took 2.5 years of, you know, some people eat less. I was working out 4 hours a day.
Right.
Like 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours at night.
Yeah.
And it works differently for everyone else.
Yeah.
Like for everyone's body.
And I think it's hard because everyone wants the quick fix, you know, kind of like the wedding body.
Yeah, it's just like...
And it's just like, the change is hard, right? Like maintaining is easy. I could go eat pizza tonight, like a full pizza.
Yeah.
And I could eat pizza for breakfast in the morning. And I could do a little fast, hit a heavy cardio workout.
Yeah.
Bench press and be on my way.
Right.
And maintain.
But I also have that knowledge and that support, right? Like I have a very flexible schedule.
Yeah. So it's nice to hear that you're like human and like you eat what you want. Like you're doing what you want and what you know is going to be good
and
for your body.
And you don't shy away from like alcohol or anything.
No, I don't. Sorry, Mom.
But it's like humanize fitness instructors, humanize everyone that like has this big social media presence. Like we eat pizza. I had a bagel the other day. Like I had a
bacon, egg, and cheese this morning.
It literally depends on your goals.
Right.
Like,
totally.
I like the way I look and the way my body feels, and they happen to go kind of hand in hand. So I do what I found works best for me.
Yeah.
And like I'm not a registered nutritionist, but I'm also lucky enough where I've been in the industry for so long where like I will pass my clients off to actual nutritionists or people who are certified in it.
Yes.
And before like when you're just getting started and you're grinding, you're like, oh, I'll do anything. I'll give it a try.
Yeah,
like,
and you're like,
I'll do that 1 month jumpstart program. But I found kind of where I can really add value is just like the support, the connection. And anything else. Like now I'm finally at a point where if I can't do it, I can offshoot it.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
It took a long time to get there. Like I did a 1 month, not a cleanse, but like it was just like a support group, and it fucking failed miserably.
Oh, really?
No, really?
It was like, I mean, it was like 3 years ago, but I was just like, but I learned 2 things. I was like, A, I'm not good at it, and B, I actually hate it.
Well,
so I learned like I never want to do this again. If I have an hour to go make $100, I'm gonna try something else.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah,
not do something you're not super passionate about. Like you try it, figure out if it works for you. If it doesn't, that's okay.
And that's trial and error. It took me, 6 years.
And that's on self-growth.
Boom.
Boom.
So I'm going to go into some listener questions because they like cross over with the rest of our questions.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Well, the first one is we didn't have this question. It was a listener. Is he single?
Are we gonna say names with the listeners?
No, we're gonna remain anon.
Anon. Is he single?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Are you looking?
Do you want to get deep on this one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh man, here we go.
Oh
Sam,
God,
Sam, save me. No, it's not that I'm not looking. It's not that I'm not looking. It's just like I can tell people that I vibe with. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And it's like I'm at the point where I don't feel like I need to be in a relationship to be happy. I mean, granted, what I love.
Drop a bomb on us.
What I love to have someone I can share like life with, 110%. But I'm in no rush, right? Like I'm looking for that person I really get along with. Like I don't think it should be forced.
Yeah,
at least in the beginning. Like
also, you're still very young, so like no rush.
We're all young. Like, and we all have no responsibilities. Like the only financial responsibility I have right now, besides like my businesses, are literally rent and to keep my dog fed.
Yeah.
You know, so there's no like, and I also think it's hard for like, I think people might have to spend some time like figuring themselves out before you can be with someone else, but at the same time, like there's no book to figuring yourself out to the hard part.
Right.
And that's also not to say you can't figure yourself out while you're with someone, right? Like don't knock it off.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And so what I just said basically is like you can do whatever you want. You just have to figure out what works for you.
Love that.
So you just want something organic.
Exactly.
You're not going out on Hinge swiping. You're like, no.
Yeah, and I tried it when I was here, and I can real quick story. I had a Hinge date when I first moved here. She came to class, which I fucking respect. Like,
yes,
new girl comes to a berries class and works out and crushes it.
You're like, what a fun date.
But she fell off the treadmill, which I felt so bad for.
No, that's like so
and
embarrassing.
She was like, oh, like I should probably go. And I was just like, I was like, there's no coming back from this.
I should probably head out.
I was like, no, like I'll buy you a smoothie
to the
after.
hospital.
Like ego shot.
That's
but no, like
horrifying.
I did the abs for a little bit, but I realized like now I just realized like just texting someone like is really boring. Like,
Oh my
I can't
God.
do it,
oh yeah.
like I'm only on it now because people are like, oh, you're my berries instructor, or like I see like friends on there, so I can kind of like knock each other a little bit.
Yeah.
But no, it's just like that's not like a real connection to me, right? Like,
No.
and then like you go to meet them on a date, it's like an interview. Like, I'd rather connect with people in an
how many
organic
kids
way.
do you want?
I was just about to say that.
Do you want to get married on the beach, in a church, in a barn?
Literally,
Where do you want to go?
What do you do? I
Yeah.
do marketing. What do you do?
Yeah,
I
it's-
do fitness.
What's your favorite color?
Yeah,
What's your
and, like,
sign? What's your favorite food?
So it's
Have
so
them
hard
just
to
next
find.
date just be like, listen to the podcast.
Yeah,
first.
like I
Listen
literally
first.
listen to this episode, scroll to this time, and then if you want to date me, call me.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Slide in. But no, I think the biggest thing is like it's hard to find commonalities, right?
Totally.
Like, you
Yeah.
have like a mutual friend or like the fitness community, like you meet someone that's in fitness, so you have something organic to talk about, and like find something in common is so hard.
So
Yeah,
hard.
it really
know.
is.
It'll
It's
come,
so true.
Pickles. You're a catch. Someone you'll
Slide into my LinkedIn.
yeah. Anyone
Business
interested?
opportunities only.
Go find
No, I'm kidding.
some commonalities with Pickles.
So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know, kind of in general, like people need to put themselves out there and like feel free to shoot your shot. Like, and I'm not saying like slide into me, but in
No.
general, like shoot your shot and like
Do
If
it.
you get no, like
I'm telling you,
What do you have,
That's
like,
the worst thing that
literally.
can happen.
every single guy I've dated, I've shot my shot first.
Really?
Like it was me coming onto them.
you're very pretty also though. You're
Thank
kind of
you.
funny. Maddie,
Thank
you're
you.
pretty too.
Oh,
They got
thank
3
you.
minutes.
Thank you.
Thank
I was
you.
waiting. I was like, how dare you compliment
but I-
Carly and Maddie? I'm just-
It takes a lot of confidence to be able to do that, to just like
can't speak from experience. I'm like on the side. I like wait on the sidelines with like resting
get
bitch
called
face,
in. Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
like, why is nobody approaching me? I'm so approachable.
But it's so, I think I'm approachable.
I'm like,
I think it's hard though, like, you know, talking about fitness and how everybody's around each other at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, you also have to understand there is that line between like flirting and keeping it professional and
Oh.
keeping it
Yes.
fun. So you can't like don't slide in the first second you
No.
meet them.
No.
yeah.
But
Also,
also
like
understand like we're all adults too, and like even if they don't respond or someone doesn't respond, like I'm still gonna scream your name when I see you on the treadmill.
right.
100%.
I mean, like, yo, Carly, you didn't respond back, but you better fucking bump up that speed.
Yeah, like I'm a little
Asshole,
butthurt,
yeah.
but I'll
not
get over
mad.
it. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. But now I'm gonna make it the hardest class you've ever taken. Bye. I actually one time fell at Barry's.
It's an ego shot.
2 times.
It really is.
I was on
because
the-
everyone there is like professional
Oh.
athletes. It
I
feels
fell
like
on another person. Like, you know, the
yeah.
like mini benches we were doing. I remember the exact thing. We were doing like knee drives. One foot was on the bench and one foot was just coming
Driving
down
up.
and
Yeah.
tapping the floor. I have noodle ankles,
Tripped.
obviously.
Rolled ankle.
Rolled
Dead.
ankle. Fell back onto the person's bench behind me. It
Oh,
was
God,
in Derek's
domino
class. I
effect.
remember. Derek didn't notice. Thank
Yeah.
God. The girl behind me goes, "Oh my God, are you okay?" I'm like, "Pretend this never happened."
Maddie, like
Don't even look at me.
Cameras everywhere.
It hurt.
Yeah,
it hurt really
literally.
bad too. I was
I
like,
know
I don't
she
know
came
if-
out with like a swollen
Like I had a
ankle.
literally swollen ankle, and I had a Finsta at that point and posted on my Finsta. I'm like, I may not
Visco
socially,
girl.
yeah, like may never socially recover from this. But
But no, I do want to say one thing. Like Carly, you mentioned, like we're all professional athletes.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like at the same time, like I get it all the time. Like I'm not fit enough for berries. Like I'm not fit enough for this, for that. I'm like, no, it's your ego. Like
yeah,
100%.
you can't have an ego shot to walk on a treadmill for 50 minutes. You know what I mean?
No.
Like you just
Yeah.
got to show up. Like I don't care if you walk, run, jog. I don't care if you sit on the treadmill and clap.
Like,
Yeah.
Like
just
if you show
be
up to
there.
class, you'll have fun. You'll feel better. You'll probably meet some people.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like literally, like show.
It's like a fun little
up.
family.
And like that's the thing. Like you need to show up or you don't know. Like everyone's like, I need to get more fit or I'm too scared of this and that. And like that's like such a bigger issue that people are
Yes.
facing now. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like if they can't show up in a dark room and be on a treadmill alone and just do their best, which is like, then it's like probably there's other aspects of their life that they're not excelling at.
Yeah.
But that's like the really cool thing about being a fitness instructor, right? Is like, it's our job to make that environment for them. Like is that
100%.
accountability, that responsibility. Like I'm going to make you work your ass off, whatever that is. Like, I don't care about numbers. Like, I was
No,
like, I
not
want
at
everyone
all.
to feel like they're working their ass off. I don't care if it's a 5. I don't care if it's a 10 on the
Right.
treadmill. Like,
Yeah.
just do it, and we'll all high five afterwards.
Yeah.
And
And
I
have a
promise you,
good
you'll
ass
only
time.
get better. Yes.
Promise we're gonna have fun. But don't pay attention
But,
to
like,
the other people around you.
Yeah, you can't compare yourself to other
No.
people in that class. And that was my biggest thing. I'd be next to a girl on the treadmill and she'd be going faster and I'd be like, well, I'm going to pump it up. But
Honestly,
That's the fun part, though.
I'm a
But also,
competitive
yeah.
person.
Can't relate.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
not a runner.
But also, you probably get this a lot. Like, people will be like, I'm not in shape enough yet to take your spin class, so I'm going to work out for a month first, and then I'm going to, and I'm like, no,
Nah, your ego isn't in shape.
Yes. Yes.
Set the egos at, leave the egos at the door.
Set the egos at the door.
Set them
Where do
at
I
the
set-
door.
Where do I
Set them
set
low.
said ego? Do I hang it up?
Set them at the door.
Place it down.
All right, we have one more.
Cool.
One more question. I think she's probably one of your
Clientos?
clients because she knows that you have 2 jobs. So she said, how do you balance your jobs? What advice would you have for someone who wants it all?
I'm single. no, I'm
No,
kidding.
it's so true.
So true.
No, so once again, you can do this with someone if they're
Relationship is a
understanding.
full-time job. No, I'm just kidding.
But,
I'm kidding.
I'll give you guys the dirty deets a little bit. I mean, I try to stack my schedule up with everything, like fitness in the morning, printing during the day, real estate,
In the
Real
afternoon.
estate's super flexible. Like
Being a single
flexible,
dog father.
dog dad, dog park, minimum 90 minutes a day.
Love that.
But it's just
Shea
like I am very focused on myself right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not like a
You're
selfish thing.
you're being
but it's just
selfish
like,
for yourself.
I'm just doing what I feel like I need to do. So for some reason, since I've been 22, I'm like, I need to be successful when I'm 30.
Yeah.
yeah.
And everything I've done has been for the growth of when I'm 30. And like now I don't even know what success means, whether it looks up or down or what it feels
Yeah.
like.
It has a very different
But-
definition for everything you
Exactly.
do, probably.
But for me, I found that like I enjoy having time. I'd rather try to trade my time in for money
Yeah.
than have money and trade it in for more time, right? So I'd rather try to fill my schedule with business opportunities
Yeah.
than like go work a 9 to 5 and be stuck in that.
Yep.
yeah.
But at the same
100%.
time, over quarantine, when like everything shut down, I was seeing someone for a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was like so nice to be able to put my phone down and like not have to answer it at 5 p.m. and go cook
A million
dinner. And just like
DMs.
fucking.
Yeah.
It was like
And
a
just,
good
like-
reset, kind of.
It was just a really nice reset, and like
Yeah.
that's kind of what made me feel good about myself because I've been single for like 2.5 years
Yeah.
now, like a while,
Just working on
and
yourself.
it's fucking working on myself.
Yeah, it's called being independent. Here for that.
But no, it's really nice because I was like, okay, like I can still like divvy my time up what I find value in, right? And at
Yeah.
the time, it was like spending time with this person, and I was really like, I didn't know if I'd be able to like stop working to like give this person like the
The
time
time.
that I thought they deserved, and I did, and I was
Wow.
like,
You're like,
go
oh, I
team.
can do it all.
Yeah, and then it crumbled, and then I was like, okay, back to work.
Oh my God, don't worry. It's
No,
okay.
it's all
Just
good. It's
crash
all
and
good.
burn.
It's all yeah.
But it's just, I guess what you mean is like whatever you find value in, just like putting yourself into
Exactly.
it and knowing that you can always like find more time for other things.
Yeah.
Like that's
And if-
important to you.
And if you're not happy at whatever it is, you have to change it. And
Love
it's not
that.
easy. It's not overnight. But like if you're not happy with your job, get another one or start a side hustle or a
Yeah,
hobby. and
Something
it's
you're
like,
passionate about.
I like inspiring other people. Like I
Yeah.
like being supportive of other people, but I'm not like that hardcore like, yo, your side hustle has to make you 6 figures.
oh
Like,
my God.
you gotta not sleep to make it.
Imagine. Be like, this is how I made 6 figures in 2 weeks. Watch.
I did not sleep. But no, it's like if you're not happy, it's your job to change it. And if you're happy, do your thing.
Yes.
Keep doing your
Maintain
thing,
it.
and it constantly ebbs and flows.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Wow.
We love that.
Wow.
Boom.
You seem so wise
You're
right
so
now.
wise upon,
it took a
upon
long
your
time to get here.
beyond your years.
I'm really proud of you.
My
Great
first
job.
podcast, I was like,
Help.
I
lift
just
stuff.
came home from a sorority party and I pick
Like,
up weights.
You're
And
like, I don't know what's
I scream
happening.
motivational quotes that I get off the internet. Like,
I love that. See, look at all the self growth in this room.
So now
It's awesome.
we're
It's
going to go
amazing.
into our favorite this or that.
that.
Did you vote this week?
Ouch.
That's okay.
That's
You'll
all
vote
right.
right
ouch.
now.
I think I did once.
It's a little bit of a hard hit, but that's fine.
Wasn't there a hip hop or a rap one?
There were.
So
I think
this
there was.
is
Okay.
the music edition.
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
So
Let's forget
Beatles or Rolling Stones?
Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stones.
A little more high energy.
I don't know. I,
I like
think
their- I like
think
their
Rolling
vibe.
Stones. Yeah.
Beast of Burden, like I love, but Beatles won. Like they
Wow.
won.
I mean, I do love the Beatles.
179 to 79.
Okay.
Dang.
Okay.
Good engagement.
Beyonce or Rihanna?
Rihanna.
I said Rihanna too. Maddie, what?
Rihanna's.
I think Rihanna too.
Some of her songs are so good, and even the remixes.
I feel like we're gonna get attacked for
But I
saying.
love
these.
Beyonce. These
I know.
were really hard.
I know.
So many people
That's a hard
voted,
one.
and then they were like, actually, I changed my answer. And I was like, too late. You can't.
Don't you love
Sorry.
it when you post a question and it's like kind of controversial? And
Yes.
like,
Yes.
it's like should women be able to control their bodies? And someone hits no on accident.
Yeah.
And then they slide into
you.
like, yo, like I did not mean to do that. Like, please don't blow me up. Please don't say anything. Like,
Please do
and
not.
you're like, bro, I got you.
yeah, like, don't worry. We're not
I know.
exposing
It's literally
anyone.
such a controversial topic.
And you're like, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe I accidentally pressed no.
Yeah.
Like, yes,
That
obviously.
happens every
Fat
week
fingers.
for us. Yeah.
Yes.
So Beyonce won 188 to 111. Trust me, I like Beyonce a lot. Like she's unbelievable, stunning,
are so
such a
good.
good
There's
voice.
one.
But I like vibe to Rihanna.
There's one song by Beyonce. It's 7-Eleven.
Oh,
It's old.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
3 or 4 years old. Shout out Nicole. So I used to ask my clients like, what songs do you want to hear? Because I was so busy, I kind of was
Yeah.
having trouble finding music, and she sent me it. I still have it on my playlist today.
I
So
love
good.
that.
It jams. I'm like, yeah.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's
Love
freaking
that.
go.
All right, Ed Sheeran or J Biebs?
Whew.
That's hard.
J Biebs.
I say J Biebs too.
You want to talk
Same
about
here.
someone who like is very? I'm impressed with how he's like turned into an adult. It's fucking
yeah.
J
It's-
Biebs.
I literally,
100%.
I don't
Like, you
know.
give an 18-year-old $1 million in the spotlight, and everyone's like, "How can he act like this?" And it's like, "Well, his mom's his manager,
Yeah.
Like-
and he's 18. He
Yeah.
can buy a Lamborghini."
Right. And
Like-
he really has flipped
Yeah,
Yeah.
his shit.
100%.
Got
He-
married.
Yeah.
Probably has a kiddo on the way. No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
definitely. Maddie
Probably
just
has a
made
kid he
that
doesn't know
up.
about. No.
Yeah, I have the T on J Biebs. Are we all? You're like, I know. I have an insight like
J
on
Biebs
his
won this
life.
one too. 129 for Ed Sheeran, 170 for J
Let's go,
Biebs.
J.
Go
Biebs.
Biebs.
All right, this one. Kanye or Taylor Swift?
Tay Swift.
Oh,
Sorry.
man.
I know.
Can I say depends on the vibe?
Yeah, I get that. I
get
chose
that
Taylor
too.
Swift.
Like in a
Okay,
class, I
gotta
want to
go.
listen to Kanye.
I gotta go Kanye.
Yeah.
Taylor's a little too slow for me unless it's a remix.
I know, but I just
I also
like
don't
love.
like. I don't like crying.
Yeah, it's true. I love a
crying.
good cry.
I love
I
listening
love
to
a
sad
good cry.
music. There's nothing
Lumineers
better.
of Monsters and Men. If you guys want to just cry with me, just
Can you
Turn it
share
on.
that Spotify playlist with
I
us?
have one.
Like,
I actually have one. It's called Beach Crying
it is
Music.
the most depressing music ever, but amazing.
It's so fun.
What one?
Taylor Swift,
Yeah.
196,
Oh,
and then
people.
Kanye 101.
I knew that was gonna happen.
DJ or live band?
DJ.
Live
all the day
band.
DJ.
Carly just
Live
wants
I
to
am
play.
such-
She just wants shout on.
You know you make me want to shout.
That's like a
my
good
hands
wedding,
up
but
and shout.
like I'm like right now in my life where like I'd go back to Lollapalooza in Chicago
Ugh,
or
I've never
EDC
been.
or anywhere. Like I love
know.
a good festival.
I know. I love DJ. Just like vibes. I love a
I
live.
think
vibes, like,
if Buddy was in here, I think he'd be really offended that I chose live band.
I know. Don't tell him.
I know. I hope he
I had
doesn't
so
listen to this
many
one.
quarantine projects that I worked on, and one of them was I bought a DJ table.
Oh,
Did you learn how to use it?
I used it twice.
that's so weird.
And then now it is collecting dust.
Crazy. Carly
wanna
made my
Trying to try
dad.
new things and then forget about them.
Carly made my dad get her old keyboard out of the attic,
go.
and she used it once. So
and I was
Proper.
sitting there like trying to
Literally.
teach myself.
T-Rex
she's
guitar.
like chopsticks, like dee, 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 like, and I'm like, Carly.
Yeah, everyone in the house wanted me to move out at that moment when I was like, pull down the keyboard.
And we're like, why?
Fuck.
So similar to a DJ booth. So
Live band won.
Yeah.
No surprise there. 172 to 124 for DJ.
yeah,
Spotify or Apple Music?
Spotify.
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 Don't even.
I honestly pay for both. I don't know why, but
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
You bougie.
Yeah, whatever.
Dang.
I
Bad
can't,
bitch.
can't afford that. Sorry.
243 for Spotify, 64 for Apple Music. Lyrics or melody?
Lyrics all the way.
I
Gotta
said
be able to
lyrics
sing
too.
along.
Lyrics,
Gotta be able
yeah.
to sing along.
Except I actually have no say in the matter. I
Maddie?
don't know a single lyric to a
Did
single
you
song.
watch
I have
music
no
with Maddie
opinion.
yet?
No, but it sounds like I have more homework.
You do.
Yeah.
Maddie does not know the lyrics, the artist, or the song title to any song.
Like,
Like,
but
so
no.
it's like a first date. You're trying to have a moment with someone. You're like, yo, do you watch like The Bachelor, and it's like, no.
Oh,
It's
I
like,
do.
Do you work out? No.
Yeah.
It's like, do you like plants or animals?
No.
And you're just like,
That's literally.
Oh, that's me.
Another bottle of wine, please.
Actually, I'll just take the whole bottle of Tito's. Thank you.
Literally send it.
Yeah, I know no music really. I drove the whole way here in silence today.
I literally.
Sometimes you need that.
Yeah.
No. Sometimes that's all she does.
I like silence sometimes.
Are you kidding? I have a mood
Have
for
a day
every
in my
playlist,
head.
like a playlist for every mood
It's
I'm
a
in.
vibe.
Yeah, like
I'm
my
sorry,
God.
everyone, to
So
disappoint.
203 for lyrics, 84 for melody. Pop or rock?
Pop.
He was about to say rock.
I knew it.
Pop.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
pop. Yeah.
Pop it like it.
100%.
You know those lyrics? Hannah Montana
I know the
movie.
stupidest lyrics. I know Hannah Montana songs.
I mean, the messed up thing is the first thing that comes to mind is like, what's that game? We're like, pop it, shove it.
Yeah,
yeah, twist it.
Twist it. Like, we used to sit there for hours. Like,
I love that game.
Pop one, 230 to 66. Headphones or speakers?
ooh, speakers all day.
Speakers.
It was a dream. So I
Speakers,
went
yeah.
to, I'm going to say your competitor, Handlebar.
Oh yeah.
I went to Big Night Live with Candace,
Oh,
and you know I love
that had
Candace.
to
Shout
be-
out Candace.
Well,
Shout out
well,
Y'all
this
Go.
is super appropriate. We're at
And
Big Night
it
Media.
Yeah.
literally was so lit. Like, it was a dream. Like, the speakers are slapping. I'm next to
Yeah.
the bottle service. I'm doing tap backs on the bike.
You're like,
That's so
yes,
sick.
yes.
And it literally was shaking the floor. And I was like, this is goals. Like,
Yeah.
speakers all day, loud music, blow my eardrums out.
Literally,
I love
just
that.
blow them out.
Yeah,
I don't need to hear anything anymore.
Speakers 180 to 120, and I'm sure a lot
It
of people
slaps.
feel that, especially right now because we've been far from speakers.
Put me in a
Literally
room with
far.
loud music.
So do you like the original of songs or remixes?
Remixes.
I said
All day.
original.
Remix.
I love remixes for spin class, but when it comes down to like the original, like oh,
I don't know. I
I
love a good
mean,
remix.
mess me
I'm
up with
talking
the
strictly from like a playing and like
Yeah.
a class thing. And you just sit there and you're like, the beat drops. You're like,
Yes.
that slaps. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah. You're like, yeah.
Let's
like,
fucking
let's
go.
go.
Also-
it makes me want to like
depends.
run through a wall.
Depends on the artist. Depends on the song.
True.
Yeah, like if it's a Bruno Mars remix, like count me out.
Riley
I'm
hates Bruno Mars
with
like,
a passion
for no reason at all.
What
with
about,
a
like,
fiery burning passion.
why?
Like put your
Do you wanna talk
pinky
about
rings
it?
up to the. I'd rather
She hates it.
run through, like,
It's
stick my
like,
hand in an
so
electrical
crazy.
outlet. Like I would rather do pretty much anything than have Bruno Mars played at my wedding. Mark my words, he will not be played at my wedding. And if he is played at my wedding, I'm leaving my wedding, leaving my husband,
Bloody
leaving
burn it down.
everything.
Okay, well, that was a big tangent. You
Yeah,
got a
it's
lot
good.
of pent up energy towards
Good
Bruno.
to know.
Once I went to
Okay, Joe.
okay.
Something to know. Yeah.
Literally
Joe,
noted
this is for you.
Joe is very aware how much I hate Bruno
her
Mars.
hatred.
Yeah.
So original one, by the way, 182 to
What is
111.
wrong with you people?
But hold on, one side story. I went to a spin class in Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh,
You know we
God.
met at your spin class, right? Do you remember that?
Yeah, you showed up to it. It was like a 6
I was like, hey, I'm
a.m.
coming.
Yeah, he DM'd me and I was like, oh, what's up? Come on in, Pickles.
Come on in.
Come on in. The water's beautiful.
It
Dip
was
your
so
toes
lit.
in.
Yeah. No,
So
it was-
much Bruno Mars was played, you guys.
No.
Like, whole playlist. It was a Bruno theme ride.
It was not. But I went to Charleston, South Carolina for my friend's wedding and I took a spin class while I was down there. And no, the instructor was great. It was a fun spin class, but we sprinted to Treasure by Bruno Mars.
Treasure.
And I wanted to flip my
you
bike
have.
and run out because it was the original. It wasn't even a remix. And I literally was like,
What?
I'm going to throw up everywhere.
They want like a spiritual sprint.
Like Treasure.
out of body,
And
yeah.
I was literally
Your
like,
chest
I
up.
have never been less motivated to get up and run. So that's what it boils down to.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that little release.
Now
of
we know what makes Carly
fury.
mad. I never knew, but now I know.
Like complete fury.
There's a lot of things that make
You've
me
never
mad.
seen her mad? Oh, okay.
That's weird.
That's
It's
interesting.
like our 4th time meeting. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it's usually like on the 5th time she really warms up and doesn't get afraid to show it.
Oh.
Cool looking. It looks like we have another dog park play
Just
coming
kidding.
up.
Yes.
Kidding.
All right. Well, Pickles, where can our listeners find you?
Yeah, tell us your IG handles.
You can find me riding the streets on my one wheel 100%.
Yes, absolutely.
Give me a shout out. Give me a wave. If I don't look, it's because I'm about to fall off. So
One
don't
time he
be
almost got hit
mad.
by a car when he was talking
100%.
to
I almost
us.
got. So I used to ride my one wheel in New York City when I would go and teach there.
Yeah.
Stressed me
And I'd
out.
ride it literally, and I take videos, and I was like, I'm so stressed out, and then I almost got cleaned out by a car door once.
Yo.
But almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, ladies.
It's true.
Wow.
True.
Wow.
Love that.
Yeah, that's
So-
a quote.
That's quoted.
So find me in the streets. No, I'm kidding. In the streets.
Find me in the club.
But
it's going
obviously,
down.
like, hey,
Hey.
Instagram's a big one. I think we all know that.
Yeah, what's your IG handle?
Pickles.7.
All right, go toss him a follow, y'all.
Toss him a follow, toss us a follow, toss us a like, toss us a review, toss us a rating.
And
Wow,
then
you
what
guys are being
about
needy.
where do you teach?
I teach at Barry's, so downtown. Well, when downtown was open, but Back Bay and Chestnut Hill.
Great.
And
Look,
if you need a local real estate agent for rentals,
where are
I
you?
prefer to consider myself more of like an advisor.
An
Okay.
advisor.
I ain't no transaction agent.
Okay.
I'm here to advise.
Okay.
Consult.
It's true.
Okay.
It's true. And he goes the full mile, extra mile. He's a very good guy.
he sent us some really like
Cute scratch tickets.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was
marketing.
adorable.
It was ironic. Like, I do so much on social media, and I was like, fuck it. I'm sending everyone snail mail and lotto tickets.
I loved
Let's
it.
get hyped.
Yes.
I couldn't believe it. You were like, check your mail, and I was like, wait,
We were
what?
so
Yeah, everyone's like, what? I haven't looked at my mailbox. I
Yeah.
still have people getting I sent them, 4 months ago. I still have people like, oh, like, I'm just checking my mail.
Oh,
Check your mail.
yeah.
Pay your goddamn credit card bill.
Yeah,
Like, that's your
yeah.
life
There-
advice,
there
you know?
it is.
Yeah.
And then where are you for
So you can find
real
me at
estate?
Barry's. Real estate's with Angle and Volkers.
Amazing.
If you guys ever need swag, shout out.
Yep.
The print hub is based out of Syracuse.
I'm wearing my Boston Over Everything sweatshirt right now.
You
I
rep
also
it
have
so
it.
well.
I love this
I also have
sweatshirt.
it. I'm the worst. I didn't wear it.
I
Sorry.
told Maddie, I was
Okay,
like, let's
your
match and wear
sweatsuit
them.
is sick. I'm big on a matching sweatsuit.
Yes, I have
Huge on it.
1987 on. Shout out to that Boston
She's
based
a
company
local
as well.
Boston girl too.
Yep. You guys should collab.
Boston's so cool.
It really
Like,
is.
It's so cool once you dive into it.
Yes.
It's
Like,
the
there's so many
best.
people doing so many cool things.
I
I
just
mean,
love it here.
We're the best, guys, because we're from Boston.
Maddie, you're pretty.
Thank
There we
you.
go. 3 minutes.
There
Hey.
it is.
All right,
you guys-
Pickles, thank you so
I
much
know.
for joining us.
We loved it.
Thank you for having me.
You're
Love
welcome. We just adore you.
you too. The feeling's mutual.
Have a freaking week, y'all.
Adios.
Thanks
Peace
for
out.
listening to Eat the Damn Cake. Goodbye.
Peace and blessings.
Do you still dance on the outro? Or?
Yes,
we dance.